channel, diving back into Dark Souls 3. I am so glad you could join us. Today, or for this stream rather, I should say, we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. Taking on the first of two DLC packs released for this game. Gosh, when was it released? One moment. I want to look this up, I'm curious. So the base game was released, early 2016, March 24th. When was Ashes of Ariamis released? Oh, about quite some time later, October 24th. So, nearly, a little over half a year. And the Ringed City was released just over a year after launch, March 28th, 2017. So, we're going to be taking on Ashes of Ariamis today, hopefully getting through the whole thing, or, like, the actual quest line, but possibly not. There's not a ton to this DLC. There's a lot of cool new enemy types, and spells, and weapons, and things like that. They do a lot to flesh out the whole cold mechanic, introduced with, like, the Irithil gear, and Frostbite, and all of that. So really, really grateful to see that emphasized to a greater extent. But, this DLC is nowhere near as robust as the second one. It is pretty hard, though. Now, if we go over here, we'll see our first new enemies. Members of the Undead Legion. You'll remember that the Abyss Watchers were like the elite unit of the Great Undead Legion, but another unit launched an exploratory mission into the Painted World, which is definitely not the Painted World from Dark Souls 1, even though that's exactly what it is. And, they've just kind of gotten stuck here. So they've not fared any better than the Abyss Watchers, despite, again, being elite warriors. I really like their armor, though. And they've got quite a few different tactics they can employ, from breathing fire, using torches, to throwing javelins. Oh man, if I didn't have a rapier and didn't insist on using this rapier, I could kick that guard right on over. I think they can drop articles of their gear, but like their weapons specifically you'd have to find elsewhere. Notice the bizarre, vaguely human-shaped tree with flames in its boughs. That's gonna be a problem later on. So, quick theme for this DLC in particular. Literally everything wants to kill you. The animals want to kill you. The people want to kill you. The environment itself will come to life and try to kill you. The Painted World is no more hospitable now than it was in Dark Souls 1, and it's actually much harder to make our way through. But as I think our buddy Exit said in today's earlier stream, there's only two bosses here, and one of them is purely optional. There's a really tough NPC we fight just before the second boss, who could be considered a mini-boss, has unique armor and a weapon and all of that good stuff. But, yeah, not a ton here. There's, and one of the bosses is totally optional, and not too much more involved than a regular NPC duel. It's a solid fight, though, not a bad fight at all. Oh yeah, also, since the painting is rotting, as we mentioned when we first got access to this DLC, there are actual, like, patches of rot all about, and these giant flies feeding on it. Individually, they're not that bad. Collectively, they're awful. What we really want to watch out for around here are the wolves. The wolves can swarm you. They come in two sizes, manageable and holy crap. And they attack very quickly and deal quite a bit of damage. On the whole, though, the Undead Legionnaires aren't... Ow. As you can see, like, that's with a couple blows landing. They're not too bad. They're really, really not. We want to explore as much as we can over here. Hey, Spanners, how's it doing? How's it going? Say I threw too many plushies at my friend and got kicked out of his house, so I'm here now. Is that what you meant by, like, punching him with a bear, or what have you? Must have been a hell of a behind-the-scenes video, man. We are happy to have you, as always. Hope you've been doing well. I presume university has started properly? Even if, like, remotely? Okay, so here we've got a massive snowbank with a single item tempting us to go ever closer to it. You know what this means. Yep. Rime blue moss clump, and down we fall. It's a really cool little set piece, and it more or less strands you here with the wolves. Uh-oh, that's not good. So it called in the backup. Or it called in, like, all the reinforcements in the area. These are the normal-size wolves, for the record. These that are about the size of a human being, these are the normal ones. Pay no attention to all the trees trying to throw fire on top of me. Welcome to Ashes of Ariandel. The whole DLC is like this. Not a ton of individually powerful enemies, there's just a ton of enemies friggin' everywhere. Alright, doggos. We will see you now. Uh-oh. Even more of them? Christ. And the tree is still, like, launching those homing clips of flame at me. Jesus! Lord! So I knew there were a bunch of wolves, I did not remember there being this many. There's not a ton of these groups in the DLC altogether, though. One thing the DLC is very, very good at is kind of introducing new enemy groups or encounter types for certain small sections, and then diversifying again shortly thereafter. Spanner says, well, he wanted us to pelt him with plushies for some reason, but I wasn't the one to hit him with a bear, and yeah, I'm working on uni stuff still. I'll be going camping this weekend, so that's fun. Oh, wonderful, man! That sounds absolutely lovely, and like a safe way to get out and enjoy the outdoors, despite both of our countries still being in the thick of this nightmare. I hope everything's going well with schoolwork, man. It is just the worst, or I should say not the worst necessarily, but the most challenging time to be an incoming student, and it's really, really commendable that you're giving it your all, despite the state of the world and education and all that right now. Good for you. We got one more wolf. And we got a bunch of trees. The trees aren't that bad. They do have a grab attack that you want to watch out for. There it is. Oof, just barely dodged it. Oh my god, it leapt right over my strike. Oh, holy Moses. So yeah, even though I said this DLC has a lot of enemies, it never gets quite as bad as it is here in this opening section. And they are guarding some pretty decent stuff. Oh my god! They fire more or less non-stop, too. That did it. Spanner says if I die on a moor, I'm blaming my friend, because he didn't even know how to get there till today. Ooh boy. And these definitely look more like dire wolves in size than regular gray wolves. Oh, I know. And remember, in this game, that's the normal size. There are dire wolves elsewhere around here, but Those are not them. What on earth were you guarding? Large Titanite, I mean, okay. Not gonna turn my nose up at it, but... Okay, doggo, what you got for me? Well, the tree managed to get one last salvo in. You can always tell which trees are alive by the fact that their hair will be blowing in the wind, like that one over there. Spinner says, man, that's just a bear at that point. Yes, bears tend to be a little slower. I would prefer a bear to the wolves. And we've not even seen one of the big ones yet. We'll do in a minute, though. Now, hold on. I saw an item around here somewhere. From up above. Well, here's an item. Coin. It's, is alright. We got better versions of both. Coins and Titanite, but I'll take it. Hello. Nope. You are not about to call in back up. That is my prerogative. I summon in assistance, not you. Even when it's useless, like Solar. Oh my god, the Undead Legionnaires are here too. That's okay. Oh, and the trees are alive. All the trees are alive. Why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be? For an area that's actually a lot of fun to explore, I bleedin' hate the way they start you off. No, see, that is one of the large wolves, and god, what a view that is, huh? Spanner says if I wasn't obsessed with turtles for whatever reason, I think sun bears would be my favorite animal, because they look like men in bear suits. Well, I've got to check this out. Oh my god, that is absolutely precious. I definitely see the appeal there, man. Here it comes! Now this thing, friends, is strong. As you would assume from wildlife that's been able to not just live, but thrive in an area where everything hates you. Oh god, look at that health. Oh, this might not end well. So you remember Sif, the Grey Wolf from Dark Souls 1? I have a feeling she's exactly why these things are here. Folks loved her so much they figured, hey, let's do a whole bunch of wolves. And that was a bad idea. You can't friggin' hit the thing! Or no, maybe just like Sif, yeah. We don't want to lock on. Yeah, somehow this makes it easier. Die! What? Huh? What? I definitely didn't kill... Spanner says, Jesus Christ, that's literally an elephant-sized wolf. Yeah. And well, the big doggy looks like Zacian from Pokemon Sword. I've not played Sword, nor seen much of it, or Sword or Shield, I should say, but I've heard great things. So we ain't fighting the Legionnaires right now. Our health is too low for that. We have a Ziegbra, that'll have to do. Just need to get to a friggin' bonfire, because that thing, that terrible, terrible wolf, I'm pretty sure respawns. The flies are comparatively easy to take care of. Oh my lord. They definitely wanted to make sure no underleveled players got in there, didn't they? But then you've got these guys that are just like super weak. I do not get it at all. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I don't get it. Spinner says, how's an insect here? They're cold-blooded. Well, this entire place is actually a painting. And the painting has begun to rot. So these monsters have kind of appeared to feed on the rot. Black fire bombs, that'll be useful. Dead fly. Hell. Where is this? Is this where the other humanoid enemies here are? No. Oh, thank you, God. Bonfire. Bear says, yeah, flies do like rot, and there's a ton of them all around, believe you me, but that is our destination. I think Ariandel Chapel, or something like that. So I would rest, but see, I really don't. I'll even use one of my rings of sacrifice to make sure we don't lose our souls. I really don't want the big wolf to respawn and have to kill it again. I don't know that it does, but it might. One moment, I think I've got something on Discord. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's go see what the large wolf was guarding. Hopefully not more wolves. Oh, got some ragdoll issues with the wolf there. Just as long as it's dead, it is. Again, the vistas in this area are just breathtaking, one and all. One of the best parts of the DLC, I think. Yep, this is where other NPC or humanoid enemies are. And they're humanoid enemies we definitely can't fight like this. Those are the Millwood Knights. a roving band of, like, noble warriors, heavily inspired by, I want to say, Celtic mythology. And there's one of them and a wolf. Oh dear. Their armor's really cool. And we can get it over in that encampment we are just now fleeing from at top speed. We can go back there later. There's, like, workarounds and all that. But, as things are, let's just head to our bonfire, rest up, and then challenge the chapel. Which doesn't actually have anything for us right now. So we'll rest, swap out that ring for Karthus Milk Ring. And do a little bit of light exploration before crossing over. Seems familiar. Ahead, yeah, the whole damn DLC seems familiar, but I assume they mean the rickety rope bridge. Now there should be some flies down here, if I recall. Yep. Stab. Stab. Just a shriving stone for now, but it looks like we can drop down over there and there's probably something more. We're gonna have to fight our way through that little village before too long. Yeah, so we'll be coming back here. So I don't think this is gonna snap or give way. I think we can destroy it if we want to. Kind of like the bridge near Karthus. Or in Karthus. But oh look, it's the Corvians, because just like in the first game, they actually hail from this place. Or may as well do. They're totally harmless, but they carry souls and we need those to level up, so gotta let them have it. A hollow gem? That might be our first time finding one of those, right? Or certainly one of the first times.
Well, well. You're Lady Uria's Lord of Hollows. No bell tolls. And yet, you've slipped into the painting. Oh, no matter. If you've lost your way, the words of Lady Frida will guide you. Now, go on inside, show respect, and listen carefully.
Love his voice.
What's keeping you? Go on. Right inside. Show respect. And let Lady Frida speak to you.
So we can't open that door yet. But inside we have another bonfire, which, trust me, we're gonna need later on. And kind of our quest giver for this DLC, Sister Frida.
Welcome to the painted world of Ariandel. I am Frida. I have long stood beside our blessed Father and the rest of the forlorn. But forlorn thou seemeth not, Lord of Hollows. I know not the missteps which led thee to this painted world, but thy duty is all. And
yeah, since we've locked in the Londor ending, she has special dialogue for us, because this woman is one of the 3 founders of Londor, along with Uria and a third sister we never see in person, I want to think.
Faded thing, but 'twill guide thee nonetheless.
Hold on. dokie.
Ah, yes. There is a thing thou shouldst by rights possess. A remembrance of this cold world for the great Lord of Londor. May it help thee bear thy duty.
The Chillbite ring that will assist us in resisting frostbite. I guess when we go back to kill that other Outrider Knight, that could be helpful.
Is cause to rejoice. Now, thou'st...
Right, so she's just trying to wave us off and saying there's nothing for you here. Which means, of course, we're going to try to investigate what there is here for us. We could summon a madman, no thank you. Or we could head up into the rafters. Or an attic. And here we've got an easel. All Layers of Fear style. We won't have much to do here for now, but we'll come back here much later on, like toward the end of our time in Ariandel, and we can speak to an NPC there effectively to finish or nearly finish the DLC. So, Sister Frida just waved us off.
Lady Frida has spoken, has she not? Then tarry no longer and be gone. Carry on. For Lady Uria and for Londor.
So they're both from Londor, but we get no solid answer as to what they're doing here. Well, you know what we do when we find rope bridges. No! No! Oh, man! I thought it wouldn't give way until we attacked it twice. That one's... Oh, that one's worthy of a good clipping. But, as you saw, that did open up a new path, just like it did in Karthus, at the very bottom of the cliff. Ah, but we need more embers first. Hell. Well, couple ways to get those. Would always go Blades of the Dark Moon. But first, let's see if any of our merchants have some on tap. A couple of them might. So yeah, he's just got Pyromancer armor, which is unsurprising. Let's crack open a few of these. Does Uria happen to have any?
Up thy sweet frame, my lord. Take heed. Our lord, and I prithee when the hour.
Right, okay. No, she does not have any embers. That could be problematic. Oh, why'd they have to be so rare to come by here? Oh, no seed of a giant tree yet, which is fine. Hold tight. Oh, it says we could just go, go free, or hunt some Lothric Knights. Yeah, that might be worth it. We can definitely make that work. Okay, so let's go hunting. And in fact, we might have a use for one of those coins after all. Oh my god, you guys! Easy, easy. I just want your humanity, that's all. Okay, here, have a shield splitter. Got an ember, good, that's what we needed. Let's see if we can't get a little more while the effect lasts. No, but we got the crossbow and the shield, meaning I think once we get the sword, greatsword, and spear, we'll have their entire set. Crossbow again. Well, we got the one ember. That's all we need, really. But I think we may just save it until we know we're getting close to one of the bosses. Might be most prudent. So, back to Ariandel. The chapel, specifically. Okay, now let's try this again without throwing ourselves off a cliff this time. That'd probably be a bit better, yeah? The regular Corvians are absolutely no threat to us at this point, but this DLC doesn't just have regular Corvians, it's got advanced Corvians, specifically in the village over there. So give the bridge a minute to fall properly this time. And then once it settles, we can descend. Whee! Oh yeah, and this is actually the way to kind of that mini-boss. We're going to have to walk all along a bunch of tree roots. Great Hollow style. And that's not going to be intimidating in the least now, is it? That's what you want to do. Our goal ultimately is that frozen lake down below. Oh, but one of the Millwood Knights is going to be sniping at us with a great bow this entire way. Follower helm. Make sure to follow the channel and you will get one today. Oh god, he's down there. Yeah. The Millwood Knights are tough, and their weaponry kind of reinforces that. Now these guys I'm not afraid of in the least. Certainly not one-on-one. Another Ember, handy handy. Oh my god, there's like an after effect. That's right. What? Oh man, that's brutal. Oh, and there's giant crabs as well. I totally forgot about that. And I will tell you right now, the Millwood Knights are no easier up close. I mean, granted, this is that one area is more or less tailor-made for them to make your life a living hell. But a lot of their weapons and armor, or no, their weapons I should say, and the couple spells associated with them, deal with shockwaves and the like, so, you know, fun. Poke, poke, poke. Once we actually get down there, the boss, might be kind of tough, but not... I'm thinking not too bad. Let's try this again. This time without the Millwood Knight nearly blowing me, or actually blowing me straight to hell. There we go, gotta get those backstabs in. Now, thankfully, the wind-up for their shots takes forever. No, no! Oh! Same exact place, you kidding me? Well, the arrow didn't get me that time, but I took care of myself. Thankfully, once we get down there and across the lake, there is a bonfire, like, obviously, as soon as we axe the boss. So we don't have to go through this many, many times. And we get, like, some pretty cool stuff for taking down the boss, so it's ultimately worth it. But I think, again, as much as I like my rapier, we might want to go back to the Black Blade. Just for the sake of damage output, because Millwood Knights are resilient as all get out. Hey, Seth, how's it going? Having a good night so far? We are trying and failing to make our way down to a boss arena. You see, there's an archer who fires, explosive arrows. Well, I should say, large arrows, right, like the Silver Knights in Anor Londo, with a delayed explosion approximately 2 seconds after impact. Seth says, yeah, just beat a game with some people watching. Oh, cool, little misfortune. It was a roller coaster of emotions, like a serious game, or one that was infuriating, as so many old school style adventure games tend to be. Whoa, did he just break my guard? That is not how this works, sir. I break your guard. Hell, I guess not. There we are. That took a little doing, but we got you. It says comedy. Dark comedy. Title fits then. Glad you guys enjoyed it. If I didn't have some really urgent work to take care of before I hop back on, I would have joined you guys as well, and I fully intend to do so for any similar, like, little Discord streams in the future. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. There we are! Oh, and the other one's gotten a little cheeky with his javelins now, has he? Okay. That's okay. That's not okay. Any armor force, sir? No. Okay. All we got to do is get over there. So that the giant druid doesn't blow me the hell up with his arrows. I mean, that is a very healthy AoE they've got. Oh, this can only end well. Yep. They know weapon arts too, of course. Love their design, but God almighty are they nightmares to fight. All of this in a painting. I bet you didn't know what was going on in all those Thomas Kincaid prints Grandma had, huh? Oh, but we can backstab them. That says stick them with the pointy end. God knows I try, but remember, if it's with a dex build, they barely even feel it. You've really got to put some work in for them to get any kind of experience out of this at all. Large Titanite chart, and Christ alive, there's a second one? Okay, my horrible attempts at humor aside, let's move on to this glorious little frozen garden. Seth says depends on from which position you stick it. That is both true in the context of this innuendo, as well as in the context of the game, as dex weapons tend to have far more powerful backstabs and riposts. And yeah, only I would go there first when those two possibilities are presented. Okay. Our opponent this time around is more or less just a regular NPC. A really powerful one, but regular, nonetheless. No, it's the backup they're going to call in at or around half health that makes this such a daunting challenge. Meet the champion's grave tender. And a wolf. Just one wolf, or a couple wolves for now. Sorry, few wolves. They're just like a little gladiator, that's it. Music's incredible, of course. But on their own, they're not too frightening. No, not at all. What they are, however, is fast. Notice they have a special symbol next to their health bar. I have no idea what that means. Haven't the foggiest. Doesn't have the most poise in the world, but now it's time for the real boss to show up. Oh, heaven help me. It's another one of these. In fact, it's implied to be the same one. I hate you so much. Oh, he also has some kind of ice magic. Check that out. So it says the icon defines his ranking in the new arena. Oh, cool. The arena we unlock by making it through this mess. The wolf is the real boss here. The gladiator's nothing at all. To be quite frank, I have no recollection of how I managed to take this thing down before. Wait, let's try getting him near the pillars. Yeah, and the Grave Tender himself, Christ, takes a far more passive role now. Because next to his doggy, he can't do a damn thing. No, you're not. Oh, you got ice breath too, do you? Oh my goodness. Well, this probably ain't gonna be the run now, is it? It's so fast. How on earth did it consider that a hit? Well, there we go. Oh, Christ almighty, now we've got to do all that again. Seth says he's bronze, if I see correctly, so the weakest. Yeah, that'd make sense. He's, Again, it almost feels like he's not the boss here at all, he's just there for a bait and switch. The wolf, meanwhile, we actually fight very briefly at the beginning of the DLC, and once you get it down to maybe 2/3 of its health, it appears to die, but obviously doesn't. The difficulty with the wolf, just like with most of the wolf-type enemies in the Soul series, is it's so hard even when you're in range to land a hit, because especially with something like a lupine beast of that size, its body is so far off the ground, a lot of your attacks will just swing clear beneath it. Down we go. Again. Do we have all the rings we want? Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Thrust weapon counterattacks, that's not gonna do it. Anything that just strengthens visceral attacks overall. Gradually restores HP, that sounds nice, but... Aldrich's Ruby sounds like it might be useful. Recover HP from critical attacks. given how easy it is to land them on this guy, that doesn't sound like a horrible idea. Or boost attacks as long as attacking persists. That also doesn't... Well, it actually does sound quite bad for this fight, because, not the most, not exactly the most... God damn it all. Yeah, that's this side here. Again, all of this is totally optional. If we wanted, we could just go to the village, and that's way more manageable, but kind of wanted to get this out of the way. Well, back into the shit. Again. Past the Corvians. These don't seem to drop anything. Unsurprising. It's a gorgeous area. I mean, I wish they did a little bit more with it than they did, but... Golly Moses, just look at the color palette. It's in that vista, it's incredible. Also, really, really good stuff up at the top of that tower, but there's no way I'm taking that on right now. That entire area is chock full of Millwood Knights, and guarded by another Great Wolf. Wolves are kind of one of my Achilles' heels in this series for some reason. Which, is not great, because the series director really, really likes his wolves. Or I should say, he is almost uncomfortably obsessed with a certain anime and manga that prominently features, like, a heroic wolf, I think. Man, I want some of those arrows. Come on, give it to us. Yeah, there we go. If they don't have a shield, these guys are effectively helpless. Emphasis on effectively. Oh, there's a bonfire down there. How in the blazes did I miss that? No! Bonfire, 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 bonfire. Okay, looks like one of our friends from up top managed to make it down here. Oh, that is so good. Oh my god, that is so good. That, decidedly less so. Alrighty, how are we going to go about this now? Definitely not fighting Huge Crab like Chapter 12 at this point. I hate those things with a passion. So, we're gonna come down here, and we're gonna crystal up our sword. We're going to try it this time without embering, just to see, you know, how well we can do. First things first, hell with the wolves. Go on, give me your worst. Oh god! He capitalized on that real well. Come on. There we are. Yeah, that gave us a bit of health back. Oh, well, this is going fantastically. Oh, and he's not even wearing pants. Are you kidding me? I'm getting my ass beat by a man without pants. This is just embarrassing. That's more like it. Oh god, here it comes. And now he largely does away with the shield and produces his catalyst instead. Okay. That's him down. Now it's just us and the real boss, who, if you notice, does spawn in with only partial health, meaning I think it is the wolf we wounded earlier in the DLC. Again, love the music. The fight, significantly less so. Oh, we can do it up to twice consecutively now. Oh, and there we go. Yep. So we took down the Grave Tender, but the wolf is still gonna give us hell. Oh, that's alright. More progress. We did better that time. I mean, not great, but better. If we could just cull the wolf. Like, obviously the Grave Tender isn't anything to write home about, yeah? Alright. Last Ember, better have a really productive showing this time. This is actually an area I think where having a bigger weapon would be really useful, as the fairly restrained arcs of most of the katana's attacks aren't doing us any favors here. One down. Come on. Two down. God, he loves capitalizing on healing with that, like, diving stab. It's... man, I'm not doing well, I'm sorry. That's more like it. What? Did he recover instantly? Yeah, and he always counters a kick now with the, So he is quite fast. He's got that going for him. Nope. We can get that little sword and shield combo ourselves. Christ, here it comes. Okay, now there's gotta be something I'm doing wrong, right? Like, how can we improve our strategy here? That's progress. It certainly... God damn it! Where did it even go? Oh man, guys, this is not going well. And this is an easy boss, according to the Dark Souls 3 fan community. This is an easy boss, and I'm just having absolute time with it. I'm sorry about that. Most folks also tend to have a much easier time with the wolves in general than I do, though, so that's probably a factor. Gorgeous little arena they have you fight them in, though. Let's try something different. Yep, it worked before, why not now? We'll start with magic to take down the wolves, and then apply some rouge to work on the others. There we are. Oh no. That damage! Wow, guys, I'm so sorry, but I have no idea what I'm doing now. This is not going well at all. Like, at all. What could we do differently? What are we doing wrong? It seems like for starters, my character probably doesn't have near as much stamina as the game may require you to, or expect you to. And ditto for health. Like, we may have spread our stats too wide across many different fields. Which, again, in Dark Souls 2 in particular, was a perfectly viable way to play the game. But this one seems to assume you'll specialize. Yeah, I was about to say, let's see if we can't take out these two. I was gonna say those two early, but no dice. So clearly, that weapon, which I've never used much in my other playthroughs, specializes in, like, backstab and riposte damage. It's like a Gladius, so that makes sense, I suppose. Let's slather some rouge on that. No, you don't. No, no, no! That was my mistake. Wow, this is really not our day, is it? Jeez. We may be here a while, folks, especially since we are straight out of Embers. Like, totally out. And I can't wear any heavier armor because we're more or less there. We're at our weight limit before we start fat rolling. This is the best I can do. Okay, that's one down. Okay. Do your worst. Get a little bit of health back. Slap on some rouge. He doesn't go for backstabs nearly as often, it would appear. Oh god, here it comes. We bled it now. Oh yeah, there it comes. Thankfully, it doesn't call in even more backup at this point. Like, I could totally see that being a thing, couldn't you? My rouge sure would be useful if we could get a hit in. Damn. There we go. Oh, there we definitely do not get. Oh, shit! I can't keep a beat on it, I really can't. Is there anything you guys can think of? Anything that might ease this along, or should we just go elsewhere for now? I honestly don't know that I can do this. MC says I come at a good time. Yeah, you've come to watch me just get my ass handed to me by one of what is considered one of the easiest bosses in the game over and over and over again. Oh. So MC, just for reference, it's basically Sif, but much faster. Much faster. And it hits a whole hell of a lot harder, too. Seth says I should okay, I transferred to my bed, so I'm watching from my phone. Alrighty. This might not be ideal, relaxing bedtime viewing, but always glad to have you here. So we've got, MC, we've got this human gladiator backed up by wolves. He's no problem. He deals insane riposte damage, but he has a weak guard, he doesn't have a lot of health, he doesn't even have pants on. He is as underwhelming as humanoid opponents can get in this game, really. The problem is what happens at half health. Because then the real boss shows up. No! Fuck! Yeah, he can also effectively one-hit kill us with a riposte, because it's Dark Souls 3, and God, they took the wrong lessons from Bloodborne. They really did. Seth says, oh, it's great for me, it's not relaxing for you. That's fair. I'm gonna make this. Fun fact, the final boss has 3 forms. Not 3 phases, 3 forms with their own health bar. I refuse to unequip the Dancer Helm, though, because I absolutely adore the little veils trailing along behind us. See, the problem with the big wolf when it spawns too is you just can't hit the goddamn thing. Two and number 3. Almost took a lick because I got stuck on number 2 as it was dying. Good thing I added in as it was dying, or that could have been exploited. Okay. That's more like it. Here it comes. Nope, no, god damn it! Why do I do that every time? Just take the hit, take the hit. It can't riposte you if you take the hit. I am thoroughly convinced at this point that the game expects you to have about twice the stamina I do. What are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong, friends? Other than, like, keeping our guard up around the grave tender. There's gotta be something to that wolf. I mean, getting him caught on the pillars does some good. But once he starts charging, it's just... I mean, I've got a snowball's chance of even being able to follow him. Seth says what you're doing wrong is dying. I mean, yes, no, definitely. Well, if you listen to particularly the American marketing for the game, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Seriously, they banked hard on the idea that, oh, you're gonna die a lot in this game, and that's great. Which, is not at all what marketing was like elsewhere, as I understand. Come on. Come on! I mean, I was already a cat person, but just more so after this. Now, some people absolutely swear by the weapon he's using. Like the little gladius thing. Now I'm even having trouble against this guy, are you kidding me? Well, it's because he's never raising his shield anymore, except when I'm attacking with R1. Which is, a problem. Come on. Here it comes. And we're dead. Oh, the charge. Just one that time, it looked like, which is unusual, but not gonna complain. You guys just had to go crazy over Artorias, didn't you? You just couldn't let it go, and look at where it got us, Dark Souls community. Look at where it got us. Now everything is Artorias. And there we go again. without fail. Like, I mean, I could barely do this when I was embered, which gives you, like, an insane amount of health. MC says, you know, there's something that's missing compared to the first game. What's that? Like, do you mean mechanically, or in terms of style? MC says, I don't feel bad about seeing you killing a wolf. Good. No, these guys are horrible. Like, one of the first things that happens in this DLC is you get swarmed by a pack of about 10 of them all at once. Including this one, for the record. Like, the same wolf. It shows up, you drop it to about 2/3 of its health, it appears to die, and then it comes back. That got him, and that'll get us our health back. That's something. Really loves that weapon art, which, in my experience anyway, what little I played around with the weapon, really isn't that great. It's basically just a shield bash that deals a little bit more poise damage. Of course, when his, like, real gift is with riposts, that's good enough for... Stop it! Oh, I hate this so much. I am boiling right now. And this is nothing compared to the DLC's actual boss. This, again, I must emphasize, is considered by many people to be an incredibly easy fight. Somehow. Like that. What in the hell was it even doing? MC says probably easier for strength builds. Oh, I can assure you of that. Having more stamina and a weapon that deals more poise damage would allow you to just steamroll the Grave Tender. And, honestly, it'd be much easier to hit the wolf if you had a wider arc. Which is almost certainly where that reputation comes from. As a dex build, this is hell. And I'm totally out of embers, so... including ones I can buy without defeating super bosses. So we are screwed. Embers are nowhere near as numerous nor as easy to acquire through PvP and the like as they were in Dark Souls 1-2. MC says basically they did poor combat design. I wouldn't say poor design, I'd say poor balancing. If there's any flaw here, it's almost entirely in the amount of damage that damn thing does. We had the same problem in Bloodborne, right? Where so many attacks from normal enemies and bosses could kill you in 1 or 2 hits. This is another problem. Like, the Grave Tender is fine, and yeah, as I said, even considering his riposte damage, it's not an unmanageable fight. MC says design and balance are the same department. Okay, sorry, I should have been more specific. I meant like From a conceptual standpoint, nothing about this fight seems off. Nothing at all. It's... yeah, the execution's a little wanting, though. Also, sometimes he can just recover from getting his guard broken before I can riposte. Sometimes he can't. And interestingly enough, he is only using one piece of gear right now. In a really cool use of this game's double weapon system, the Gladius and, like, the Buckler are a single weapon. Well, he's down. God, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Stay near the pillars. Just because it's charging around does not mean I have to follow it. See what the hell it was doing. We're okay, though. We're doing okay. Even if this isn't it, I can feel proud of this run. Oh, yeah. There we go. MC says, I don't like the design of that wolf boss biologically speaking. He's really big, isn't he? And we get the champion's bones and the valor heart. We don't... MC says it should be dead for a long time. Well, seeing as how we killed it, or appeared to, it should, but it ain't. Thank you, MC. I apologize for getting a little out of sorts. Let's take a look at what we got. Yeah, this is what we burn to unlock, basically, this game's PvP arena. Like the ones available in Dark Souls 2 for the Blue Sentinels, and Brotherhood of Blood, and Dark Souls 1's DLC. The charred but warm bones of a champion. Burn at the Firelink Shrine bonfire to participate in undead matches. Long ago, an undead declared a fight to celebrate their undeath and to preserve what remained of their souls. So it was that the undead matches were born. The merit of an undead is measured in deaths. Could there be a greater gift for such a creature than a fight that has no end? Yeah, like cool new weapons. Those would be better, I find. But the Valor Heart is an interesting little piece of kit. As I said, it's a sword and buckler. Weapon once wielded by the champion of the undead match. It's gorgeous-looking blade. A special paired set consisting of a broadsword and lion shield. The champion fought on without rest until he lost his mind. That I did. In the end, only his page and a lone wolf stayed at his side. That's not true. That wasn't one wolf. That was 3 wolves and a demon which had assumed lupine form. That was not one wolf. If it was one wolf, I'd have been fine. But it was 4 wolves. And I'm not. MC said, but yeah, the issue here is the bigger you are, the more heat you disperse out of your body. So it had to eat a hell of a lot, but that's not the environment for it. Well, there's a whole lot of hapless, hollowed critters around here. Including a branch of the Abyss Watchers military, and, these crazy, really cool, bulky knights inspired by, like, Celtic and Druidic folklore. Now, before we mess about with any of this or our souls, I'm going to run like hell past Huge Crab. Seth says strength in numbers. Yeah, no, definitely. In numbers as well as in agility. The thing is just bleeding fast. They're all fast. I mean... So we'll go back to Depths of the Painting. Seth, aren't you just, like, chomping at the bit to get at this DLC now? Seth says, oh yes. Love it. Well, I'm glad somebody does. Now, legitimately, the next area we're going to explore is downright incredible. In its design, its enemies, everything. Oh, it's more of these trees. Aha, you thought you could fool me. You probably would've if this wasn't my, like, second or third time through here. Homeward Bones? Great. Always happy to have those. Tree. Some of them do? Are you fucking kidding me? I remembered some of them had melee attacks, but not like that. Well, there goes the ember we got from the boss fight. To be fair, the second DLC does not do this to you. MC says, I know that tree moveset. Oh my god, I do too. Is that, it's like from Bloodborne, isn't it? Like, a ton of beasties in Bloodborne have a very similar combo. Oh, he says Dark Souls 1, Tomb of the Giants. Yes, yes. Again though, we do have somebody in the chat going for a blind playthrough, so no spoilers please, but yeah, Seth will get to have some fun with something even worse before too long. Oh my god, yeah, it is the same moveset. Okay, what were you guarding? Oh, I think that's a pyromancy. Of all things, a frost-based pyromancy. Maybe? Kinda, sorta? MC says, yeah, that's why I didn't say more than this. Alright, man, you good. What we got? Oh no, that is a sorcery. Creates a cloud of near-freezing mist. What I do appreciate about this DLC is it gives us plenty of ice-based sorceries and miracles, finally. After kind of underusing the frostbite mechanic and more boreal themes present in the main campaign up to this point, it's nice to see, definitely. Crabs. More of them? Oh, geez. Okay. We are not about to do the... Oh, they're wearing the Dragon Slayer's armor. MC says, reminds me of the Ice Mage I played. That character was brutal. Usually, if I'm given an elemental choice when I'm playing mages, like in video games, for instance, I go for, Lightning, because I am a ridiculously garish, flashy individual. Lightning, or if I'm given a specialty in, like, a type of magic, necromancy or summoning. Because why on earth do work yourself when you could just make others do it for you? Says the teacher. Seth says, I go for necromancy always. Just one of objectively the coolest subtypes of magic in a lot of game systems. Not only do you typically have the ability to drain others' health or stamina or what have you, you get to summon hordes of unthinking minions, as many as you'd like, once you get really, really good. And I'm all about that. Dark Souls 2 doesn't have anything quite like that, but it does have a special spell that will cause any, like, ragdolls, so corpses left behind by enemies, to explode if they're within a certain radius. God, I miss hexes. I miss proper hexes so much. Dark Souls 3 not only reduced the number of dark spells present in the game, it jacked the stat requirements for all of them through the roof. MC says, I did ice, electricity, earth. I'm with you on, like, ice and electricity. Earth never seemed super duper appealing to me. I mean, like, Avatar, The Last Airbender had some really cool earth magic present in it, but... always give me something I can use to just totally destabilize an ecosystem. Seth says, second choice for me is any type of dark magic or fire. Well, you've got great taste then, because my go-to in this series, I just couldn't use them in this game, because they're so unwieldy now due to the stat requirements, is dark magic. I tend to really dig dark magic, necromancy, things like that. Or in systems that have it, but it's usually so rare. Bloodborne's the only, like, major game I know of that's like this. Eldritch magic, so anything pertaining to, like, arcane cosmic powers from beyond our world or our reality. That's my absolute favorite, but so rare to find systems that let you go hog wild with stuff like that. So welcome to the Corvian settlement. It's hell. Yes, these things are alive. Yes, a bunch of them will scream at us. Welcome to Bird Hell. You guys ever play the Infamous series? They had some really interesting, like, metahuman powers. Man, I'd kill for another entry. Right about now. By the by. Not only could you work with electricity, ice, and fire in really interesting ways and combinations in the first two games, come the third one, you were given near unparalleled control over, for somebody like me, who loves the visuals of things, this is amazing. Smoke, like neon light, holograms and the like via, like, digital, or no, wireless signals and things like that, I believe, technically, kinda, sorta, and concrete. Yes, the element specifically of concrete. Not stone, not earth, concrete. Which is a ridiculously powerful moveset. MC says, fire and air is the most powerful you can do. If you compress an area with air and use fire on that, massive explosion. I may have to keep that in mind for the Blades campaign. I doubt it'll be the kind of thing that's available to me, but just in case. So isn't it kind of funny that we go from, like, just fighting for our life against the Great Wolf to this? It's a very weird little area, this. MC says I have an old game to recommend from what you said. Go ahead. Magic Carpet. Oh, never played that. As you can see, we're in the area where the rot's really starting to show. And we're going to have to deal with Corvian ninjas. They have learned ninjutsu, and they're kind of awesome, but really hard to deal with. Seriously, look at this thing. So they specialize in bleed damage, of course. Sorry, I should've... Oh, are you goddamn kidding me? Of course they... What the hell? But of course they have a grapple move. Everybody has a grapple move. So there's two different types of them. the ones with the claws, and I think the others have great swords? As he says, it's a DOS game where you play as a wizard, get spells to cast, and build your mana reserves in a castle that you create. You can transform the terrain and all. Oh, that sounds cool. I was also thinking of what's the name of that, like, co-op, sorcery-based game, Magicka? Is that the name? That's got something similar too, where you can combine like different elements to get different spells. Yeah. Played the first one a while ago. It was pretty good. So MC, what do we think overall? Like, is this better or worse in terms of design? I mean, I would say visually it's just so striking. That's a clear plus. But better or worse than the area from Dark Souls 1? This is very clearly trying to imitate. MC says Magic Carpet 2 is one of the games I play every now and then. Might have to check that out then. Definitely. And finally get Tabletop Simulator and all that up and running tonight, now that I finally have just a tiny, tiny bit of time. Woo! I do appreciate this. I do appreciate a slide. The last time we slid in a Dark Souls game, it was straight into the worst boss fight in the entire series. So, nice to see that they redeemed the sliding, at least. So all we gotta do is make it through the settlement and fight our way through a cave, more or less, or an undercroft, to get back into or under the chapel. And we'll actually be done here. This is not, as I said, a super long DLC. Hello, Corvian. For the most part, they just function as screamers here, and not really anything beyond that. MC says it doesn't feel like the Dark Souls 1 area, to be honest. I'll give you that. In terms of feel, it doesn't. It feels like a Bloodborne area, unsurprisingly. Thankfully, you can backstab these guys, for what it's worth. God, their armor's cool. I wish we could get some. But, alas, we cannot. Large soul. Thankfully, most of our enemies around here are just these poor guys. The Corvians act as the quote-unquote real enemies. Or the Corvian warriors do. Ember, thank you, but I'm not using that just yet. Hello.
Oh, well, there is nothing forlorn about you. You must be the other Ash, I suppose.
I am Ash, sure.
Oh, finally, you have come. Oh, wondrous Ash, grant us our wish. Make the tales true. And burn this world away.
Right now, there is nothing I would like to do more.
And you have only to show her. You are Ash, are you not? Is it not fire that you see?
I'm very glad I was not doing squats for the champion's Grave Tender boss fight, or else my legs would be on fire right now.
But that which fooled the good father and buried the flame, after we had all made up our minds, too. So, please, grant us one wish. Make the tales true, and burn this world away. My lady must see flame, and you...
I love his voice.
To show her. Oh,
okay, is that all?
I am so terribly frightened of timidly rotting away like those fools on the outside.
MC says it reminds me of both Bloodborne and Dark Souls 2. I could see the Bloodborne influences. Where are you getting Dark Souls 2? The third DLC? Stalk Dung Pie. Very good. Yeah, the DLC. Man, that was a good DLC too, wasn't it? I mean, the first boss wasn't spectacular, but, like, the environment, the encounters, those rampart golems, that was some good stuff. I still contend that the best is the Old Iron King DLC, though. MC says, story-wise, I can give you that. Yeah. Let me just cut my way through the Corvian congregation here. Seth, do you ever plan on taking on Dark Souls 2? I promise it is nowhere near as bad as anybody, or a lot of people, say it is. And again, it's actually, in my opinion, the most enjoyable of the three. Oh, here's the other one. Yeah, it doesn't use a great sword. It uses a rapier and claws. Man, I wish we could get their moves up. Got him. Drank. MC says, but story-wise I can give you that, but it's a lot of traversal that you should be doing progressively along with the main game. Yeah. Yeah, you mean the Dark Souls 2 DLC? Possibly. Hello. It's so weird, right? Like, the Corvians themselves, or the warriors, are just these nightmare creatures, but then you've got all of these. I think that contrast is meant to be deliberate, especially since the warrior was, like, cutting all of these guys down. But still. I mean, I'll take whatever souls you guys got to give me, but man, if this don't feel sad. Except for you. I feel no remorse for killing you in the least. Stop puking all of that probably toxin on me, please. Thank you. Oh my god, I just realized. That isn't a tail, that's like all of their organs that have kind of prolapsed. Oh! Oh my god! The hell is wrong with this place? No, god no, just stop it, just stop it! Ugh! I'm pretty sure this isn't what rotting entails. Could be wrong, but pretty sure. MC says the best way I could explain Dark Souls 2 to a newcomer from the later games is that Dark Souls 3 has taken more inspiration from 2 than they would openly admit. Yeah, I agree. Like, they want you to think that they've discarded everything from Dark Souls 2, when in reality, they've just discarded most of the best stuff. Seth says there's a long list of what's wrong with this place, but the worst offense is its interior design. Agreed. That's why we need to destroy all of the furniture. All of it. Like, man, you guys were so cool earlier in the series, and look what happened to you. Yeah, give me your worst. Oh. Seth says, going full-on Legend of Zelda mode on furniture. You only need to kick a chicken and you're done. Well, Sekiro gives you that freedom. Common enemies, kind of in place of rats and the like in that game, are these giant black roosters. Not very difficult, but they're all over the place in the early game. MC says the furniture never deserved this. No, I never deserved this. And yes, I know there's a Corvian warrior right over there. Twinkling Titanite, hey now. Seth says, I need to play Sekiro then to kick the chicken. You could do more than that. You can, like, jump off of the chicken's head if you're so inclined. You can use it as a springboard. Inadvisable, but... Did you know that in the, I think it was the Legend of Zelda, like, Dynasty Warriors style spinoff, Hyrule Warriors, I think you could either play as a Cucco, or, plenty of them served as, like, generals in armies. Incredibly powerful generals, mind. Like, they were some of the toughest NPCs in the game. Alright, down you go, down you go. No, we are not discussing this. Off! Well, not the way I was planning on that going, but by and large, it still worked! Haha! Oh, now that's what I call a victory. Brady style, totally unintentional, and coming far closer to death than I ever expected. Alright, good night, Seth. Thank you so much for dropping by again. Thanks for being here with us basically all day today. Really enjoyed having you, as always. And I look forward to our next Dark Souls Remastered stream. Hold on, let me make sure. I thought I just heard my phone go off. Yeah. No, just NPR, National Public Radio, with some pretty good news headline coming through. So that's something. Okay. Let's explore the rest of this settlement, and then go open the gate. And then take on a really tough NPC. Like, really tough. The one that Exit called a mini-boss. Quite correctly, I would say, earlier in the stream. God, even their mages are kind of pitiable. I mean, not that pitiable. Not so pitiable that I shall actually be merciful, but pitiable nonetheless. AMC, quick question for you regarding blades and character building. So, I know we have those two... oh, perfect timing, just as you bring it up. But I know you get those two, like, additional points that you can put into, like, any skill, basically. What would your recommendations be for a Whisper? Like, where would be the best place to put those points? I know that they say they should reflect heritage and all that, but, like, if we're just going based off of here's what's useful, or even if you would rather not answer that question, because they should reflect my background and all that, what definitely should a Whisper avoid? I'm guessing, like, brawling and the like is out. Brawling and raging or smashing or what have you. Oh, what's in here? The answer? Pain. Puke. What are they guarding? Oh! Check it out! It's Slave Knight Gale's armor. Which, isn't great, but has some good lore associated with it. Remember the guy who actually brought us here in the first place? Armor issued to slave knights. The fine craftsmanship made this a symbol of honor. You ready for more stuff that makes Lord Gwyn sound like the absolute monster he is? Long ago, the undead served as slave knights, warriors used as fodder in the bleakest of battles. They grew decrepit, their skin charred black and their bones twisted. Eventually they went outright mad, but were never relieved from duty. Yay! OMC says you have 4 points to spend. That's right. 1 for heritage, 1 for background, and 2 are open. Okay. Well, where would you recommend allocating those open points, then? To somebody who doesn't, like, know the system. Is there something special about the hood? Yeah. Also, MC, I don't think you saw it because I posted it over in Seth's Discord, but I found out there is a Viper album that uses the Dark Souls death screen as its album art, and it's titled, You Died, My Man, Viper. How awesome is that, huh? His wonders shall never cease. And so he says, well, I'm reading through stuff to make sure, but you do have examples at the start of the whisper description. Oh, I know there's examples. I just thought it'd be a good idea to ask, like, an experienced player what they thought. Especially since you seem to have a better idea as to, like, the makeup of our crew and how they'll work together and all of that, like what would work best for the crew. So that chapel's a nasty, nasty little area that we're going to explore. So yeah, there's one of the Corvian Knights who is going to be hell to fight. Any way we can, like, restore our magic uses or what have you? No? Then, well, let's use some magic pine resin and just pray. Oh, no, I see, there's another one. There's another one. Open, open, open. Gotta get the gate open. Leave him. Just leave him. Not worth it. We did get a set of their claws up on the roofs, but they are not made for a character like ours. Got him. Sharp gem, that makes it. I love the armor, I want the armor. MC says, I would say a point in prowl or finesse. Finesse, probably. Yeah, the kind of character I'm going for is something of... And it certainly wouldn't be stealthy. I'm trying to think about, like, his actual lore and backstory. But would certainly be pretty decent with devices and more or less intricate technology. Hello, crow monsters. Goodbye, crow monsters. Anything down there, though? Oh, hello. Well, he's already on to us. There we are. God, they got a lot of health, don't they? I want the sword. I want the sword. The Way of White Corona. So I know what that means, but I really wish we didn't get it just now. MC says, even if it's just... 2 is that you want to be able to resist on a physical level. Sure, even if it's just 1 die, definitely. I would also say something in command or consort, since you want to speak to weird things. Consort, for my character, almost definitely. I don't think he would do much commanding, or wouldn't think it would be right to do so. So let's read this rather unfortunately named spell's description. A lost way of white miracle. Launches a white discus which slices into foes and returns to its conjurer. Ooh. Long ago, when the imprints left by the gods were still deep, miracles of the Way of White existed alongside Aureoles. Those who yearned for the long-lost Aureoles fully believed that they would return one day. MC says, other than that, bolstering study and or attune. Yeah, those are both good picks. They're all good picks. Thank you very much. Little bit of survey? Yeah, possibly. Attacking ahead. Okay, so I guess there's nothing here. Alright. Anything in the rafters we missed? I'm doing all this now because we are about to get our asses handed to us by an NPC several times over. Okay. Anything in here? No. No dice. So if you didn't catch it from the Crow or the Corvian's dialogue, turns out that Sister Freda's been lying to, well, everyone here, and is attempting to keep the world from being reborn. She's just letting it rot, and thinks that's the best way to protect everyone. So, she and her bodyguard are going to do all they can to stop us from getting into the basement and speaking to the character that the Corvian referred to as the Holy Father. The bodyguard's up first, and he is a nightmare. Or no, does he show up later?
I've seen
nope, here he is.
Time and time again.
God, he's got a great voice. He's got a special pyromancy flame, too.
Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the
Sir
conceit of
Wilhelm.
the self-proclaimed seeker of truth. But in the end, you lack the stomach for the agony that you'll bring upon yourself.
So he's got a dark pyromancy flame and a dark sword. God, I want to be this guy. But Dark Souls 3 doesn't let... Or no, that's Dark Hand. He's from Londor, so that makes sense. Notice, he's got seemingly inexhaustible stamina. Fortunately, if he actually raises that Dark Hand to use as a shield, it ain't blocking crap. Which is good, because it seems like crap is all I've got to offer right now. Oh, rolled right into the window, really? No, he's not using the pyromancy flame, then he's using, he's just using a Dark Hand. Like, how am I supposed to do this when he can swing his two-handed greatsword faster than I can swing my one-handed sword? That's my question. Oh, and he can heal, because, you know, of course. Yep, there we go. He's a very, very trying opponent. After him, though, all that's left is Freda, and she is not going down easily. She is a Lady Maria knockoff. Seriously, it's more or less the same exact fight, but with 3 health bars instead of 1. It's a good fight, to be fair. It's much better than whatever was down at the bottom of the painting, but it's a good night is it hard. Fortunately, there's a bonfire nearby, and I hope the knight won't pursue me. Oh, of course he will.
I've seen your kind. Time and time again. Everything you know must be caught. Every secret must be
no. Oh, I was about to say, are we dead? Not quite.
But in the end, you lack the stomach for the agony that you'll bring.
God, he's got the stamina, doesn't he? Oh, wow, we got him second try. That's special. MCS, did you give some thoughts on how you interact with the ally and enemy you have to pick? Lightly, yes. I'm hoping to finalize all that probably tonight or tomorrow. That's the last bit of the character I'm kind of fleshing out. I'll have to run it by Spooky, but I think I'm going to go with, because they do offer you that liberty, I know, a unique, or a custom, nemesis. I'm going to go with one of the default enemies, but not, if I can, of course, create, a rival that would make more sense for the setting and for my character, I think. Now, if we just use the key to the contraption we got, BAM! We're allowed up into this cell where Frida and Wilhelm were keeping this poor young woman.
I believe I feel the scent of ash upon thee. Thou art the one of whom Uncle Gale spoke. The one to
So she isn't human, clearly. As he says, oh yeah, I used a generic nemesis and ally in this one, but did full custom in the last one. Okay, cool.
When this is
so,
done, may I
that's
return?
not beyond the pale.
The door is open thanks to thee.
So this young woman is going to,
I'll head off to paint.
renew the world
promise
by
them
burning
again.
this one down and creating a brand new
It is
painting.
good, the door.
But now that we've freed her, we have to go face the sister, who is, not exactly going to be pleased with us for bringing an end to this place. Oh, hello there. Oh god, I remember where we're going. Oh god, why? Well, we're going to go drop off these souls and level up, because there's no way in hell we're making it through this next area without dying. It's not a very big area by Dark Souls 3 standards, but they give you tons and tons of bonfires. Okay, let's find our firekeeper. There she is.
Welcome, husband. Very then take.
Yeah, just 2. That's all right. I'm gonna drop them both in endurance. Yeah, endurance is the best option. MC says I did set up a future ally for Blades if we ever go in a certain direction. Man, you put a lot of thought into this, don't you? I'm just scraping by with what seems like the bare minimum, but it's good. It's good that you're investing this much thought and effort into something you want to do, and especially to make it a positive experience for everyone. Good stuff. We already used our shard? Okay. We're going to head now to the Snowy Mountain Pass and get ready to tangle with what's left of the followers, the Abyss Watchers, fledglings. Alright, let's get ready to do this. MC says I simply started with one small physical change for a Taikarosi and then fleshed that out in various directions. I'm basically playing a witch pirate. A very good-natured, jolly witch pirate. I took a single... I did something similar, actually. I took a single kind of offhand comment made about Dagger Islanders in the book and just spun an entire character out from it. So around here, as with much of the DLC, the icon is ambush. The followers are everywhere, in very large groups. My central conceit, MC, was, okay, it mentions that the Dagger Islanders deal with ghosts and the supernatural in different ways perceived as very strange by a lot of people, right? And I, obviously, with my playstyle, I want to interact with and consort with various supernatural beings, dangerous and otherwise. So, okay, what fits that? How can you make that fit? Well, how about we play a Dagger Islander who comes from a pirate clan that had formulated very specific arcane methods by which to cooperate with and coexist with most supernatural beings, and use that cooperation to stave off the less hospitable ones. And is dead set on reforming Duskvol's society, especially their stance on the paranormal, if he can. So, something like a well-intentioned extremist paranormal crusader. Hey, Maisie, welcome back. Welcome back. Maisie says, I agree and approve, so with that out of the way, what are we talking about? Also, hope you guys are happy and healthy. Thank you so much. Same to you. So glad to see you. Yeah, we're starting a role-playing campaign in a couple days. My first time doing anything like that. And we're just playing through this incredibly difficult Dark Souls 3 DLC. We're almost done. Almost. How have you been? We've missed you. Maisie says, I'm glad I'm catching you live. You're awesome and amazing, and I hope you're having fun. You're a great streamer, and I hope you're doing fine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope everything's going well with you, especially work and school, right? You're having to juggle simultaneously now, and in less than ideal circumstances. That's the way. Maisie says, I'm good. Excellent. Glad to hear it. How's work for you? Is it rough with COVID right now? Yeah, but I would say psychologically more than anything else. I'm having to work completely remotely. Same thing for my grad classes. So my schedule is jam-packed full of just stuff to do, but it's all done from a computer terminal right here in my own home. I mean, I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there, and you guys, this Twitch outlet has been a huge positive in my life over the past few months, but especially since I'm diabetic and I live in a part of the country, I live in Middle Tennessee, where absolutely nothing's been done to stop or staunch the spread of the disease. I've not left my house hardly at all in like 6 months, so I'm doing okay, but man do I miss in-person work and learning. As he says, nope, I'm waiting on school because of COVID and using this chance to earn money so I don't rush into debt. You know, that is so smart. Excellent. Excellent decision. Honestly, you don't want to have to, say, get used to a college environment and all that for the very first time in a circumstance like this. You just don't. Like, yes, college is a lot of work, and it's supposed to be kind of daunting and demanding at times. But it's also supposed to be fun and give you a chance to explore and broaden your horizons, and that ain't happening right now. As he says, stay safe, please. We need people like you to survive. Oh, yeah, I ain't leaving the house. Maisie says, I used to host customized RP games all the time. Hope you guys have fun with it. Thank you. I hope we do as well. I have a feeling we will. MC says, oh my god, giant bell. What? I have no idea what this means in the lore, but there it is. I'm still going to leave my character as mostly a surprise, but our characters should balance against each other well. I'll just reveal the name Death Adder. Oh, cool. Are you expecting, like, a lot of conflict between our characters, like, ideologically, or what? Or, like, a lot of cooperation? You can get that torch at some point in the DLC. Maisie says you both need to let me know how y'all enjoy it. Yes, ma'am, will do. And she says that'll lead to the roleplay. That's fair enough. You'll see quickly enough my character cares very, very little about anything not directly related to the welfare of people in general, particularly the lower class. Well, in Duskwall, that'd be most people. But especially supernatural entities. So, crime, corruption, all that, in a city that's already so corrupt and abusive, wouldn't care. Wouldn't care at all. And in fact, I'm using that as the justification for why he's going to be present in this setting. Oh yeah, that's right, it will be live streamed. I'd love to get a full set of their armor, but it is just not wanting to drop. Oh yeah, and Maisie, thank you so much for following Spooky. She's absolutely amazing. I wish I had the opportunity to, like, make more of her streams live. Let's take them. We're almost through with these guys, but I think there's a couple Millwood Knights around here as well. And they'll be, more problematic. Okay, so we don't want to attempt to jump that, but it's good to know that... No, that's just light reflecting off the snow. There's not actually stuff down there, but there's something we can kick over! Maisie says, oh hey, just had an idea. Yes ma'am, what is it? Do share. MC asks, is it a good idea? I'm certain it is. Maisie says, I'd love to help you set up a channel bot and such. It'd be cool to have stuff like a shoutout command, uptime command, followage command. Yeah. And like a command that would allow folks to get links to the Discord, because lots of folks ask for that. That'd be great. If you'd be willing, that would be absolutely phenomenal, Maisie, but please don't feel pressured to. I'd be deeply appreciative, of course. Maisie says, all ideas are good ideas if they're executed right, lest they harm people. Agreed. Oh, and yeah, the Millwood Knights are here. Oh, hell. That's what their melee weapons can do. Well, the one with the hammer, anyway. God, why is friendly fire not a thing with you guys? Oh, there's 3 of them. Good. Oh, jeez. We are running and we're running. I know there's loot. We'll go back for it later. I ain't about to die now. We are almost home free, folks. Oh God, that's the same place. We don't want to do that. That was strange, but okay. He says I generally keep 1 out of 20 ideas. See, I'm either incredibly confident or terribly bad at introspection, because I tend to follow most of my ideas straight through, come what may. Oh, we've got a dead Millwood Knight. That's something I wish I made instead of discovered, but fair enough. We got the Earthseeker, their big old battle axe. There we go. Oh, and here comes the Earthshaken. No false advertising here. Don't really feel like fighting them though. Give me that soul, thank you. So there has to be a path we missed over here. Okay, okie dokie. Lord above. Oh, here we go. All we gotta do is make our way out of the forest. Once we're out of the forest, we're home free. To fight one of the hardest bosses in the game, but, you know, still an improvement. If you actually want to get the rest of the Millwood Knight stuff, we have to go clear out the encampment near the start of the deal. No! Not again! Oh, well, there we go. I pulled a Seth, and that got one of them out of here. Come on now. Very throaty growl they've got going on. Totally not just a man growling, pitched ever so slightly downward. Oh, follower. Is this where we get the torch? Hopefully this is where we get the torch. Macy says, I'd love to help with this. Just message me on Discord sometime and I can help guide you through stuff while you're free. Thank you very much. I may do. This weekend I might have some time. I know that I'm going to be snowed in with work the next couple of days. We've got the tabletop session on Friday, which I believe I can make all of now. And Saturday, hopefully, I'm co-commentating on a Dark Souls Let's Play, in addition to doing plenty of work, so maybe, yeah, Saturday or Sunday-ish, maybe. Oh God, no. Here they come. Really? He's in midair. Come on. Thankfully, they can be stunned pretty easily. After that fight earlier, this feels like Schadenfreude more than anything else. Up we go, up we go. What's up here? Oh, good. Good! One with the explosive arrows and one with the hatchet. They're guarding something, though, so it feels like it'd be kind of sort of worth it. Well, that's made things a lot easier for us. There we go. Titanite, okay, thank you, sir. What is this? Large Titanite, alright. And a shortcut. There we go. That's worth its weight in gold. I do like the rotted aesthetics present throughout the area. I think that's really cool. Wish they did a bit more with it, but it's cool as it is. Like, it's a gorgeous area, it really is. Some of these encounters feel like they could be a little bit better, but I like what we've got. That one boss in particular could be a sight better, but... I actually think, hard as he was, Sir Wilhelm was a really solid fight. Okay, a red-eyed Millwood Knight with a hammer. Uh-oh. Oh my god, no! No, not that far in! Oh man, and that was probably the hammer right over there. Ooh, boy, so this is not going to be a pleasant run back. I'm just going to do it as quickly as possible. Okay, MC says, for Blade, since Shakes is playing as a spider, we kind of balance the idea that his character would have come up with the crew idea and did recruitment for it. Yeah, that's totally fine. Do you know what kind of central concept he's working with? Alright, what do we got? But you won't spoil his concept. Well, does everybody else know? No, okay. That's fine then. I can make it work. That was a javelin that got us, not one of the Millwood arrows. Otherwise, it would have exploded. Pretty sure. And she says you can ask him directly. Alright, yeah, that might help, especially help him find a way to ease my character in, since he's not exactly a criminal in the strictest definition of the term. Follower armor, there we go. Now we just need some gauntlets and boots and we'll have a full set. I do like the look of the follower armor. It's not got the best stats, really, but it looks really nice, I think. We're gonna have to go through Wolf Country again. Oh, that's not good. Why are there so many of you? Is this the last one? Maybe. And he says, you can either talk in private about that or we'll set it up during the game, but I generally leave character disclosing to the individual. I feel like if he's the one who's like, or at least who in canon has set up the entire group, he should probably know kind of what I'm going with or what he's got to work with. Uh-oh. Oh, that's bad. Oh, he's got the same attack, basically, that those giant Gru did. Just let me get a backstab in, please! There we go. Whew. Okay, and now we get the hammer, right? Yeah, the Quakestone hammer. That is some good stuff, especially if you're a strength build. MC says, for sure, but it's not set in stone in the sense that we consider the idea. Still something that'll ultimately be decided at the table. Oh yeah, I know. So before we actually get started, say on Friday, there will be some like preliminary discussion and all that. I take it over voice and all that, like in tabletop sim or what have you. Oh, hello. What are you? Oh, something. What do the wolves drop? Moss fruit. Okay. I will happily take some moss fruit. Now, was the Millwood guy the only thing up here? Unfortunately so. Meaning we're going to have to fight our way past those two. Ahead, try ranged battle. Oh lord, no, we ain't doing that. This is not gonna end well, is it? Okay, might end a little bit better than I thought. Yes, here we go. Almost there. Almost there. Now all we've got to do is make it through a dungeon chock full of flies. Harder than it sounds. Especially the ones who can still take flight. There's a lot of them, and I'm pretty sure they have grab attacks. Yep, there it goes. And look, they've covered me in those worm things from earlier in the game. Lovely. Oh, except these are much worse. Oh no, oh god, no. There we go. Let's not have that happen again, thanks. It's the ones with red eyes that can fly, I believe. Well, this is a good case for letting this world burn, isn't it? Ugh. Lord almighty. What even happened here? Down they go. So we could go down there. Yeah. But I don't want to just now. He says, or Maisie says, I'm gonna go grab dinner back in a few. Yeah, sure, no problem. And he says, if it happens last time we fill our sheet and crew live, we set up everything, then do the first score. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, but this... If he says, oh, I recognize the area. Yep. Yep. They went and did it. They just can't help themselves. But now we get to open this shortcut back to Ariandel Chapel. But we've got to open the way to the boss. And that can only happen down here in the muck. What is my... Oh, we don't need that anymore. Okay, now how do we get down there safely? Or, better question, do we get down there safely? MC says, I have no idea what fruit juice is going to do with this cutter, but I'm curious to see. Looks like we've got a pretty well-rounded little team. Like, a lot of specialties represented, and most of them pretty solid in combat and espionage alike. Well, I mean, that's how they're designed, but still. No, no, no worms, please. Oh god, they're everywhere. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Man, this sure is fun as somebody who doesn't like bugs, or flying insects in particular. No! 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 There's just so many of them. MC says the only imbalance is that we don't have a leech, meaning no specialty tools. That's fine. It sounds like, it sounds like with a stealth specialist, a spider, and my whisper, we can kind of cover a lot of the same ground. Maybe not the same way, but we can, fill a lot of the void that the absence of a leech would leave behind. This is why we fumigate, kids. How are there so many of you? Blood gem, that's unsurprising. And here it is again. MC says, true, but no Physiker Leech, and getting harmed in Blades is super easy. Oh, that's good. So, as tabletop games go, it sounds like it might actually be one of the harder systems that, like, is still common enough anyway. Man, if that's the case, I'm gonna get destroyed. So, turning the crank this time opens a path to the bottom level of the chapel proper, not this undercroft.
As ashes will be, ever seeking fire.
MC says the idea is that it's fast and furious. You should actually survive longer. See, as a whisper, seeing as you're not on the front line. Very good. Hey, we got Sir Wilhelm set. That's a solid consolation for our imminent death. It is evident that you're not meant to fight all these guys, right? Like, come on, look at this. Alright, leeches, that's enough. Hold on, let me whip out the old torch. That actually dispels them. Handy little trick to know. And can we also breathe fire? No, we cannot. Unfortunately. Oh no, yes we can. Only if we're two-handing it, I guess. Well, let's go rest up, level up, and get ready for... what is not gonna be a fun time at all. So MC, if you had to guess, being like a game design aficionado, what's waiting at the very bottom of the chapel? I'll tell you right now, it's actually not Sister Freda. Not her.
Be forewarned, eager Ash. Should this world wither and rot, even then would Ariandel remain our home. Leave us be, Ashen One. Thou art the Lord of Londor, and have thine own subject.
Yeah, okay, so same stuff. MC says, I had a terrible guess that I know to be wrong. Go for it. Asylum Demon! Dude, at this point, I actually wish. That'd be much better. So, it's a weird fight, but the creature waiting at the bottom of the chapel is actually a gigantic Scottish crow. And for the most part, we don't fight it. As I said, we're getting ready for a very strange fight.
Welcome. Very well, then taken. Farewell, Ashen.
I actually really like his voice actor. And I don't know if we're going to do this today. We are almost certainly not going to, because it's a very, very hard fight. But, MCS, can I ask you what kind of special ability did you pick? I'm still choosing between a couple, actually. I'm doing that as I work up my nemesis and ally and all that. I'm trying to decide which one is best for my character. And it's probably going to be the last thing I finally, like, I finally set in stone. I could tell you for a fact that I'm starting off with a crazy-ass ghost catcher. That is just a thing that is happening. Now, real quick, we can actually visit the painter.
Thou art Ash,
Yep.
Thou hast a pact made with Uncle Gale, so I wish to tell thee all. It's to be a cold, dark, and very gentle place. But first, I must see Flame.
Okay.
I wish to paint a picture of a cold, dark. One day, it will make someone a goodly home. That's why I must see Flame.
So is this supposed to be Ariandel or Ariamis? MC says Spooky never saw the Bravo's Ghostbuster team. Oh, that'd be so much fun. Right, so we ready for Father Ariandel.
Not enough blood yet, Shane. My flail. Bring me my flail. Ah, Frida. What stops thine ears? Please, my flail. Right away.
MC says, for my hound I picked the survivor ability because it fit the story, and the +1 stress box is nothing to sneeze at. That it is not. So this is the spiritual leader of the Corvians, Father Ariandel.
Oh. Bring Frida to me, please. Canst thou not see the flame flickering once again? Soon will it surge. I can see it, feel it.
He's trying to prevent the flame from burning this world apart and allowing Ariandel to create a new one by constantly drowning or snuffing the flame with his own blood.
Lord Father, we have no need of thy flail.
So she's up first.
'Tis only the flame quivering at misguided
And
ash.
as I said, she's a Lady Maria knockoff.
Please avert thine eyes.
So she's going to make this hell.
I will snuff out these ashes for good.
This is not going to go well, I can promise you that. Not today. Now, notice, she doesn't have a ton of health. She really doesn't. She's got some crazy combos and reach, though. And can go invisible. Again, music is utterly fantastic. Now, we actually can backstab her. It's hard to do, but it can be done. And we can knock her out of that charge move if we find her in time. That's the problem. Like so many of Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3's bosses, she's so aggressive. Yeah, MC says, reminds me of a certain hunter atop a clock tower. Yeah, it's almost like they hadn't, or they refused to use any original ideas at plot-critical moments. Meanwhile, MC, I don't know if you were here for that, but the twin... No, you were. The twin princes, totally original, and they were easily my favorite fight in the entire game. I've not seen anything to top them yet. But yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. It's the same damn thing. Except much longer. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, but notice since she's using a scythe, she automatically penetrates shields. 'Cause I mean, why wouldn't you? There we are. How does she... It is like Maria. She clears so much damage with every... or so much distance with every movement. And can do that!
Furia surely awaits thee.
And remember, this is her first health bar. This is not the entire fight. If this were the entire fight, it'd be fine. I will say, one thing. Like Lady Maria, she does actually flinch when you hit her. And we didn't see it because we aren't monsters and didn't fight her, but she uses something that looks like a human-sized version of Priscilla's scythe from Dark Souls 1. The Life Hunt side. Well, no, she doesn't. I'm sorry. Aldrich did. Here she is. Love the visuals. Like, again, the presentation of the entire game is absolutely stunning. She's getting ready for the... Yep. For the that. And phase 2. So guess what happens now? Well, we actually do kill her. She's done. Now it just gets ridiculous. Now he's gonna snap loose from his moorings and basically just pour boiling blood on us from the cauldron. He's not a threat. Again, he's really not compared to her. But he's going to bring her back to life with the power of his own blood. And they share a health bar now. Now what you want to do in this phase is just work Father Ariandel down. He's a much easier target to hit than Freda is. And because he is a large creature in a FromSoft game, he will now never stop screaming. Now, charitably, we've got a much larger area to work in now. Notice for this phase, like, according to the order present in the... like, the boss health bar, Father Ariandel is the primary boss, even though that's still rather dubious, I think. He hits like a truck, but he really doesn't do a whole lot. I do like how the music intensifies as the fight progresses. Like, in all these fights, I think that's great. Uh-oh. Freda's somewhere around here getting ready for something nasty. There she is. Oh, she's healing him! Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! Well, that's new. Oh, dear. So, folks, we're actually going to call it for right there for today, as I've got some stuff to do around the house, and I think we'll be back not tomorrow, but possibly Friday afternoon with some more. We'll take down Sister Freda and Father Ariandel. We didn't even make it halfway through the fight there, so don't worry, there's more. There's more. And then we will hopefully challenge our super bosses. So until next time, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today, whether you were present live on Twitch or catching this as a VOD after the fact. Thank you so much for your time. I hope we catch you with us next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.